Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob the Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very special unboxing. This is like a part 2 from QSP, a second knife that came in. Let's take a look at this together. Alright, we have another box here from QSP. This is another knife, something that they reached out and said, hey, would you like to take a look at this? Because they included some phosphor bronze washers and some Teflon washers. So what it is an option to maybe change out a QSP version 2. So we have a D2 blade, version 2, this is stone washed, and it's JG10. So let's take a look at this guy. Let's see what we got here. You get your typical stickers, which is cool, your little instructions in here. It is JG10, which I like JG10. So it's kind of a cool, nice little color there, I think. All right, and this particular one, let's see, here's the JG10. Nice, nice. It is D2, okay. We got the clip up here. Ooh, the clip is inside now. Oh, that's nice. Okay, hidden clip. Makes it a little bit less space there, so keep that in mind. That could be good or bad. I don't know what I think about that just yet. I might, it can still work, but the screws aren't totally recessed, so it could be problematic. Just keep that in mind. They're round, so fortunately go round, but it could cinch up there. Just that could be a challenge, but we'll consider that. We'll look at it here in just a second. T6s looks like a T8 there, probably T8 there, right? Reversible right hand, left hand, tip up only, captive pivot. This is a very much of a budget banger. This is on Caged ceramic bearings right now, so let's see how it is. Okay, and it is a liner lock. Notice the liner lock. Nice flipping. Definitely had a nice crisp detent on there. It is fully engaged at a good 30-40%. No blade play, no pivot, no lock bar lash, no blade play. Let me do that. No blade play, no lock bar lash. There we go. Let's go ahead and disengage it. It's pretty stiff. All right, so we got any pivot lash? No. We got any pivot rock? No. Let's listen to the detent. Nice and clickety. Okay, we are pretty dead nut center. Yeah, we're pretty dead nut center. All right, do we have middle finger reverse bonus flick? Let's see. We do. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, the lock bar is pretty good to get to. It's a crisp little lock bar. Action's not bad. Not bad at all. I like that. I like that. Is there enough access? No, it's not enough access to a front flip, but we definitely have enough for a middle finger. Let me do that again. Middle finger reverse bonus flick. So that's always nice. Now, because it's a liner lock, let's see. Yeah, I can do it left-handed. And you can also reverse the clip, and you know, if you lefties, you can get your whole hand over there, get a better hold on the knife. Pretty nice. Feels pretty good in hand. Large hands, but big meaty fingers. I'm right at my limit there, so I'm right at the 4 fingers. But because it's flat there, it's nice and choke up. There's no flipper here. I can go all the way up here with a little extra room. So extra large hands with big meaty fingers, maybe. Maybe double extra large hands with big meaty fingers, possibly. It is on the smaller side. I know in the past they've made a mini and they've made a large version of this. So maybe they'll have a large version. Now this is the Penguin version 2. So I'm not exactly sure what version 2 exactly means, except that we do have the ability to do bronze washers and Teflon washers. So we'll have to, we're gonna do that here in a second. But first of all, let's see this. So I've owned a lot of Penguins, given away a lot of Penguins. I've had some really premium Penguins, given away some really budget super banger D2 Penguins, but this is pretty nice for D2. Beautifully stone washed, hand satin finish, which is really nice for D2. So D2 can be one of those steels that if it's heat treated really well, it's a pretty good steel. If it's not, it's okay. It can be okay, like, you know, like 1095 or, you know, 440 or whatever, you know, it can be okay, but it can be good if it's heat treated well. Okay, let's listen to that. Flip is pretty nice. Okay, I like the G10 scales on this. This looks nice. I would prefer this. Action's really good, actually. So that's the caged bearings. All right, everything feels nice and solid, round all the way, no sharp spots. I'm checking. Nice and round there. Reverse flick. Do we have any hot spots down here? We don't. Got a nice little sharpening choil. Let's feel that edge. Pretty sharp. Is it pretty sharp? Let's see. Yeah, pretty sharp. I mean, it's not crazy razor sharp right away, but it is pretty sharp. The spine's not super sharp, kind of rounded. That's nice. That's done well. Love the stone wash up here, and then I love the belt satin finish over there. I think that's kind of a nice touch. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these in, give it a try, and see and compare the two. Make it fresh as I have it right now. So I like that. I like that a lot. And I love the middle finger. Let's do it again. Middle finger reverse bonus flick. Let's do this one over here. Middle finger reverse bonus flick. So one thing I do appreciate, they kept this where I can drop it and catch it. So you clear the detent right there. And I want to be able to catch it right there so I don't have a guillotine of finger coming down on my so I can catch it right there and I'm cleared. That way I can fidget with it without looking. And that means it's safer, you know, for fidgety goodness. I like that. All right, so let's go ahead and get our stuff together. I'll be right back and we will go ahead and do our little swap. All right, we're back. So here we go. We've got all our stuff here, Loctite, that we're going to probably end up using. Get my tools out here. So we're going to double check on these guys, make sure what our hardware is. I think we're dealing with T6 and I think we're dealing with T8. So let's double check. So I think these are T6s here. Yep, T6s. I think we're doing T6s behind here. Yep. I'm going to guess this is a T8. Yep. T8 probably on the lock bar as well. Yeah. I mean the thumb stud, I'm not going to take that off, but everything here is going to be T6s. So let's go ahead and start with that. I'm going to move this off a little bit so I can put my screws over here. Okay, so these are captive standoffs. See a little D shape there, little D shape there. This is the captive pivot, is it? Yep. We have a D shape on here. Is it? D shape right there. See that with this? So it has to fit there. Okay. Is there a D shape on this side? No, not this one. So this one doesn't have a D shape. Now these are the cage bearings. So let's see what size they are. They are 3/64th? Yeah, 3/64th. Okay. And then we're dealing with a pivot that's 5mm 3/64. So I could put skiffs in there theoretically. I mean, we may, I don't know, just to compare them all together, right? So there you have it right there. It is milled out pretty nicely. So I'm going to put these guys over here. And we have an option of Teflon or phosphor bronze. So let's look at the two. So what I want to do this time around, let me get my cloth. Where's my cloth? There we are. And we're going to put the pivot in there. We'll clean the blade. So on Teflon, some people are like, don't use oil, do use oil. Some people like use high viscosity oil, use a grease. I'm going to use oil, a light oil. Teflon shouldn't. I mean, Teflon works pretty well with like oil if you cook with, right? Though I don't prefer to cook with Teflon anymore. But let's see here. So that should fit on there. We'll put some over here. I think, hold on. I'm guessing I can use either. So we're going to try either. Let's just make sure I can use either here. Yeah, it looks like it's enough. Didn't know if I had to do both together or not, so. It's D-shape. Where's my D? There we are. Couldn't see it. Probably shouldn't have taken all the screws off. It would have kept part of the scale on there. I just decided to take it all off because I was going to look at it anyways. So keep that in mind. You don't have to always take it all the way down. I'm going to guess they both go in there. I felt like it was a little too light. So let's redo this. Hey, good learning lesson here. There wasn't really any directions, so we're winging it. I'm thinking, you know, like the Rick Hinder tri-way that they have, they actually, you can do phosphor bronze or the phosphor bronze or the Teflon. This one looks like it's probably going to be a little bit of both, right? So well, that's a different feel altogether. Wow. Right hand tip of always, so let's do it this way. So I don't know what they did in version 2. I don't have to go check it out, but initially it felt way smoother. It must have changed some angles or something. I'd be kind of curious what they have like a little breakdown on the technical changes. All right, here we go. I got a little bit of oil on there. Too much oil. Got it on the lock bar. Dead nut center. It's pretty smooth. Okay. All right. You know, they said this, like you can order it with the phosphor bronze Teflon washers, or you can order it with the caged bearings. And one of the things they asked us, would you check this out, the version 2? And then they sent us the phosphor bronze Teflon washers and said, if we send those, would you install them and just compare them? And I have, and I don't hate this at all. It's actually pretty nice. It's got that, if you like that Spyderco, Benchmade, Chris Reeve sort of feel. I mean, it's really smooth. It definitely has that glassy kind of smooth. I mean, is it a Chris Reeve knife? No, it's not. I mean, you're spending a lot of money on a Chris Reeve knife, but does it give an homage, a bow, a nod to that? I think absolutely does. Now, I don't know if it's smooth enough. Can I do the middle finger reverse flick? It's not as easy. So I would have to tune this. Okay, it's still pretty tight on there. So let's see if we can. Now, that's the one thing about the Loctite. It's real important when you do stuff like this. Yeah, I lose the ability to do a middle finger reverse flick on this guy. Maybe I can do it left-handed, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Nope. It makes the detent a lot more stick. It sticks a little bit more. Is it dead nut centered? Yeah, it's dead nut centered. You can still get the drop shot action. This reminds me of like when I first got my quiet carry, like the Drift L or my Strand L. Very much had that kind of initial. I suspect this will break in pretty well. I will say one thing I've noticed compared to the original one, definitely a little nice attention to the contour. It feels ergonomically more comfortable. There's a lot of little nuances that I've picked up on immediately. The scale all the way around, that blew me away. Thumb studs are really well positioned, not too close, high enough. The crown of the spine here is not super sharp, really nice and centering, big old standoffs, which I like. The G10 has some nice texture, not overly aggressive. For phosphor bronze and Teflon washers, it's pretty smooth. It's pretty stinking smooth. Now, if you like a slow roll, you could do that. I mean, the detent's crisp enough that I almost can't do a slow roll because it just wants to fly out, which is fine, right? So if you're into the phosphor bronze and you're not a big cage bearing, you'll like this. It doesn't feel, so if you remember the original D2, it was a budget knife. It was a super budget knife. I mean, for 25, 35 bucks at the most, depending on materials, you couldn't beat it. It was phenomenal, right? It was absolutely phenomenal. And this definitely feels a step up. Even though it's D2, it feels really good D2. It looks really like nice D2. It doesn't look like just some super stamped out, I'm going to be D2, barely heat treated, barely polished, barely anything. This looks really nice, actually. I'm kind of curious how well the edge holds up. The jimping works. It's not super overly aggressive tight there, I will tell you that. The lock bar works good. Let's see here. Let's listen to that D10. Nice little clickety. Yeah, definitely has a good crisp. Sits in there. The D10 sits in there on the lock bar really well, and you get a nice actuation there. It opens and closes really nicely. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Now I probably went a little crazy with the oil because I'm getting a little bit of stickiness there, and that's when you get over oiling. I was over oiled, so every time I wipe it off, it goes away. So what I would do is typically I would take the knife apart and remove the extra excess oil that I left in there, which is my bad, you know. But man, I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed. I like the phosphor bronze and the Teflon washers. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Yeah, no questions there. And they're solid. You can still get that drop shut. It's not even broken in yet, but you can still get that drop shut in there for sure. I like that. Very cool. Very cool. Part of me wants to put Skiffs in there just to compare, but you know, it's up to you, right? So what I take from this, and I gotta get rid of that. Man, there's so much oil. What did I do? I went oil crazy, man. I'm sorry, guys. Don't go crazy with oil, right? Remember when you do phosphor bronze, just a small dab, and you're fine. But I will say is that I'm thoroughly impressed. So if you're a phosphor bronze fan, and that's a big deal for you, you should consider ordering this. Especially if you work in an environment like with dust, steel particulate dust, you know, sand, things like that. This will do way better than the cage bearings. You won't get grit and stuff inside the balls, inside the washers, or at least see the difference between Skiffs and these guys. These are crimped over. You see on the ceramic ball bearings, which is still not bad. It's got some good roll. It's good, but material will get in there and it'll start to wear. And you know, the difference between cage bearings that you get from Skiffs here. Let me see if I have. Do I have any of the 5mm? These are quarter, 6mm, 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 5mm, 1/16. There we are, 5mm, 1/32. So these are the ones that I would put in here. Now notice, this is the difference between Skiffs and the OEM. I mean, OEM, they're trying to get you a good knife with good design for a good price. To go this route costs more, does cost more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 balls. This one here has 15. So big difference, right? So I'm going to switch it out, but I will say, their OEM cage bearings, really good. Really good. Their phosphor bronze washers with the Teflon, really good. And it's a different experience. It's a different take. You know, people like Chris Reeve knives for that experience. People like Spyderco, people like Quiet Carry. There's a time and a place for that. And I think this certainly offers something along those lines. So very cool. Yeah, the action's really smooth. It's really smooth. That's impressive. That is impressive. I will say, and I've said it, I will say a lot, but I'll keep saying it, I guess. The phosphor bronze is pretty nice. If that is something important to you, you want to get phosphor bronze, consider it. It's really nice. I get that feel that you look for, like in a Quiet Carry, a Spyderco, Benchmade, a Chris Reeve knife, you know, even a Les George, and some of the other ones that do this. You'll get that experience with this one for sure. It'll definitely it'll tickle your urge for the phosphor bronze for sure. So I'm gonna now, just because we can, I'm gonna swap it out. Very impressive little guy. The version 2, Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's way better, for sure. I totally get it. All right, just for fun. Just for fun, we're going to compare this. Because sometimes putting skiffs in makes the knife go from like, oh, that's really good to wackadoodle good. And I just kind of get the feeling we might go wackadoodle good here. Just for fun. Just so you know how good it can get. I mean, and even for just D2 steel, ooh, don't lose that. Thank goodness I had my little thing there. These things are always so delicate to get on sometimes. And it sticks to my hand. Stop sticking to my hand. I have 2 screwdrivers, so let me go use the other one so I don't keep swapping them out. So typically a D2 steel super budget knife, I wouldn't put skiffs in. I'm just doing this to kind of compare. So if you want to get a little more premium knife, 14C28N, maybe 35 S35VN blade steel or some other M390, whatever they have, then you can always kind of experience that. All right, let's see here. No pivot lash there. Let's make sure I'm not overly tight here. Yeah, now we can do middle finger reverse bonus flick. That's the thing about phosphor bronze. Phosphor bronze is always going to be a little more slow roll kind of thing. Very nice. Very, very nice. I suspect I have another QSP over here. This is the QSP Linerlock. This is the one that won Blade Show Best Import Knife of the Year, Production Import. So as you can see, there's some very strong similarities between the two knives, right? Size-wise and everything in shape. I wonder if it has caged bearings in there as well, because the action on this one's ridiculous. But here we are. That's 14C28. This is D2. Really nice looking D2, by the way. Almost looks identical, but they're not. So a little higher polish on the 14C28, I think. Very cool. Put this away. But very nice. Okay, so to be fair, do skiffs make a difference? Yeah, they do. Does it make a big difference? It's a little difference here. I mean, especially on a knife like this, makes this one feel a whole lot more premium than what it is. It's a D2 knife with steel liners, JG10. I mean, this is a budget knife, no questions asked. But you put skiffs in there, it feels kind of like it's out of its league right now. It feels way better than even the materials seem to speak of it, right? So you can do that. Just avoid a lot of oil, because I should have stopped doing that. Yeah, every time I have too much oil, it gets on the lock bar and the tang of the blade, and it gets a little sticky. I mean, it'll go away because it's just too much right now, but yeah, that action's sweet. And you also have the middle finger reverse flick. You can do that left-handed as well. So down here, middle finger, boom, there you go. It's a bonus flick, which is nice. Oops, get in there. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I like it. I like it. I will tell you, the phosphor bronze is, it's nice. It's smooth. It's very glidey. I would tell you that it's pretty stinking amazing. For a frame lock, it definitely gives you that, having owned Chris Reeve knives, Spyderco knives, Quiet Carry, Benchmade, Les George, a lot of knives that are phosphor bronze. It's really good. It's right up there. And if that is something you would prefer, maybe because your work environment, maybe you're not a cage ball bearing fan, get this. I like that alternative. That's really cool. Now, that's there right out of the box, not super expensive version. Could you get Skiff thick washers? You could. And are Skiff thick washers a little bit nicer? Of course they are. Tolerances, his attention to detail, all those things are going to make it just a little more amazing. Just a reality, okay? I mean, you're paying for it, right? But I think if I recall the correct price, you know, putting skiffs in this thing is like a quarter, maybe a quarter, maybe less, maybe more. I don't know, about a quarter of the knife cost. So that's a big investment in a budget knife. Would I normally do that? No, I would not. I would not normally at all do that. But in this case, you know, it's nice. I pointed this out because if you get a more premium version, more premium steel, more premium handled materials, things like that, it's absolutely going to be worth it. And it does feel really buttery smooth. Man, QSP's really knocked it out, their machining. It's just solid. It's really, really, really solid. I like it. I like it a lot. Very cool. Good job, QSP. Good job. I like these. I'm not a thick washers guy normally, but putting them in, I will tell you, man, you feel that glossy, smooth glide feeling. Go back in the video here where I was talking about it and I just put it in. It's doggone smooth. It is. It's right up there with my with my Chris Reeve knife. Do I have anything else that's phosphor bronze in my collection over here? That's high end, super high end. Oh yeah, my Les George, yeah. But I think everything else is caged bearings. I think. Except for my Spyderco. Yeah, so this is Chris Reeve, large Spenza. That smooth, buttery feeling that you get, you attain it with that. They work. They work. They do a really good job. Now, Skiff's in there right now. Does it have that nice drop shut thing? Oh, it does. It absolutely does. Will it get even better? Oh, it will absolutely get even better if I leave them in here. Probably not going to leave them in there. Probably take them out, but I just wanted to compare. You could elevate this knife. You can, it's already pretty good for D2. You can put that in there and you can get that, you know, Chris Reeve buttery smooth action. And you definitely feel it. It's absolutely very evident and super cool. Then you can also get the phosphor bronze. You can also put Skiffs in there and you can get that little even better cage bearing kind of action. And it's definitely very noticeable as well. So I definitely think it's an interesting option to have if you're interested. If any of these things are things that you want to put on the table for what is important to you, right? Just keep that in mind. I'm going to put this stuff away because we don't need this. But keep that in mind, especially for what you have. These are pretty darn good. I'm really impressed. I know some of you guys, especially some of my subscribers out there, and you guys you like your phosphor bronze. And I will tell you, the phosphor bronze with the Teflon, muy buen. It's very nice. It's very nice. Using different languages there, but it's pretty good. I'm impressed with that. I like it already with the cage bearings. The version 2 just has a lot of little extra finishes that I've noticed from the V1. Yeah, especially action-wise, thumb stud, different spacing, the scale itself, how it feels. Even the action I'm feeling here is just really pretty impressive. So very, very, very cool. Thank you, QSP, for allowing me to check this out. This will likely be a giveaway video or a giveaway knife in a near future giveaway. So be super cool, super cool. Now, I'm not going to leave these on there. I'm going to take these back because I don't put Skiffs on a knife that's this much of a budget knife. But if you do get the Penguin V2, the version 2, where you can have the optional thick washers, these are the cage bearings you're going to want from Skiffs if you want to do that. They're the 5mm, 15 ball count, 3/64 ball size. Inner diameter is 0.201, outer diameter is 0.335. And they're the rocket glide rings. So there you go. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can take a look at that, right? And I'll zoom in a little bit. I'm going to move this off to the side. I'll zoom in a little bit so we can do a nice little close-up of the knife itself. D2, this is not bad. I mean, look at this. The chamfering all the way around, almost rounded. You look at that. Got T6, solid T6s, by the way. Rounded clip there, goes behind. It does, it's limited there, so we'll have to see how it goes in the pocket, but there you go. You got some jimping, nice cutaway, easy access, sharpening choil, there's the blade, the back part. Very limited, there it says D2. You've got Penguin version 2. Over here you've got the QSP, very minimal. 2 standoffs in the back right here. Got the clip, like I said, reverse pocket hole clip. You got the lanyard kind of thing there. And there is some weight relief in those scales back there. Can we see them? Oh, wait. No, I'm thinking of the other QSP. Sorry, guys. This one's steel liners. It doesn't have any weight relief. So it's you know, probably a little heavier than the other one. When we do the full review, we'll compare the two, but there you go. Very, very cool. I like it. Let's get a nice little picture. Here, I'll do this over here. There you go. Just trying to get a good little thumbnail shot. All right. Oops, we had stuff in the background there. Let's try one more time. You're in trouble now, Rob. All right, very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Thank you to QSP for allowing me to check this out. The version 2 is really cool. It is better than version 1. I noticed a lot of little aesthetics, little ergonomic things that are pretty cool that were different for me. At least things that I've noticed, so I like that. Some of the geometry in the version 1 always feel a little stretchy. This one feels like it's more in line and it flows better. Thumb studs are where they need to be. When I open it, it feels like it's going the right place. Action is really great. Tolerances are fantastic. It's nice, great fitting, all that stuff. So very cool, very cool. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. Liking the channel and subscribing really helps me out, allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you to everyone out there who watches, who enjoys the content, is part of the community. Thank you. I appreciate you. Also, if you haven't already done so, maybe consider hitting that notification button down below as well so you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. And a big shout out to my channel members. You do two amazing things for me. One, you encourage me. I don't do this full time. I do it part time. And so I appreciate your encouragement. It's a big part of the community. You guys really do recenter me, refocus me on what I enjoy. Secondly, because of your generous support of the channel, you allow me to do things way sooner and to do things on the channel that I thought I couldn't do. So one, do a once a week budget banger giveaway. It has a lot to do with you guys because covering cost of shipping, licenses, different things you have to do for the channel, you know, software you use. It wouldn't be possible to keep doing this and doing all the giveaways without you guys. So thank you. Thank you for that. You help me cover the cost of shipping. Like I said, you help me cover the cost of all these different things and the weekly giveaway. It's huge. When I borrowed knives, I got to ship them back. I just recently borrowed like 8 knives, really 9. It's going to cost me like 60, 70 bucks to ship back. So I appreciate you guys. As a result of the two amazing things you guys do, I want to do 2 things for you guys. One, all new channel members, I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a thank you note. So if you're actively currently a member right now, you've never asked or received a channel sticker, that could be brand new channel members. Usually it's 99% of the time, but it could be a member who's been a member all along, never asked, or someone who was a member and then became a member again and you hadn't asked yet. Email me your name and address. I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a thank you note. I really do mean that. Secondly, I'd also love, you are now eligible for the once a month members exclusive giveaway. That's above and beyond the budget banger giveaway. So each week we have a budget banger giveaway, and then once a month there's going to be a giveaway where we have a budget banger giveaway and a members exclusive giveaway. Theoretically, channel members, you could win 2 knives that night, or 2 giveaways, right? That is absolutely possible. It's also, you know, improbable, but it's possible. So just know that. Win 2. I mean, it could happen. It really could. And hope I would love for one of you guys to be the first. But that's my other way to say thank you. A small way to say thank you, because I'd love to give everybody in the channel member a knife, but I can't. Next thing, best thing I can do is give everybody a chance to win. So that's the 2 things that I would like to do for you guys. And if any of that sounds interesting, fun, like, hey, I'd like to be able to do that. How do I become a channel member? There's a link down below in the description on 3 different tiers I have. Would love to have you, any tier at all. So if you want to be just a member, you want to be a knife nut or Uber nerd, whatever you want to be, I appreciate you. Thank you, but there's different tiers. Please don't ever feel obligated to do it. Do it because you want to. Don't ever feel obligated to do it because you feel pressure in any way. Do it because you want to. And if you do, and you choose to be a member, I'm humbled, I'm blown away. Thank you. I really do mean that, because it means the world to me. It really does. Not only that, you have the love to mail you a sticker, a little thank you note. Love, you know, you'd be part of the once a month members exclusive giveaway. And you also get the emojis, the special emojis you can post and use. Special content, exclusive content, different things. I know I want to do more, but constantly I just want you to know you get access to things like that. So thank you. Thank you to you guys out there. Appreciate you. If you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.